Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Classics with Courtney. And today I'm going to be taking a look at one of my favorite all-time classic films, The Miracle Worker, released in 1962, directed by Arthur Penn, and starring Anne Bancroft and co-starring Anna Marie Duke. Our story begins as a doctor arrives for baby Helen after being sick. Her parents then realize that she is both blind and deaf. We are then introduced to older Helen, played by Anna Marie Duke.
I'm as sensible as afflictions and...
The buttons! You're growing charge. You have to use a lens.
Answer me one thing. Is it fair to the baby there?
Are you willing to put her away?
Now what?
She wants to talk be like you and me. Every day she slips further away. I don't know how to call her back.
I feel like I need to give a bit of a disclosure here real quick. I'm introducing Anna Marie Duke rather than Patty Duke. If you already know, then you know. For those who may not know, Patty Duke, aka Anna Marie Duke, Anna Marie is her real name. However, when her managers, who were very abusive to her in every way you can think of, basically told her, Anna Marie is dead, you're Patty now. When she found herself later in her adult years, after finding out that she had a disorder, and this disorder was coming out, and she was finding herself again, she said, call me Anna. She reclaimed her name and didn't want to be referred to as Patty, and I tried to respect that. So that is why I am introducing her as Anna Marie Duke rather than her quote-unquote stage name, Patty Duke. We are then introduced to Annie Sullivan, played by Anne Bancroft, as she goes to the Kellers.
Annie, I know how unhappy it was for you there, but that battle is dead and done with. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God must owe me a resurrection.
What?
Well, he keeps digging up that battle.
That is not the proper thing to say, Annie. Be humble. You'll need their affection working with this child.
Dear Mr. Knight. Well, what should I say? I'm an ignorant, opinionated girl, and everything I am I owe to you.
That is only half true, Annie.
Which half?
Annie finally arrives and gets to meet Helen. Annie gets right into work in Helen's first lesson, but it doesn't go too well.
How bright she is.
You think she knows what she's doing? She's a monkey. She imitates everything.
Yes, she's a bright little monkey, all right. No. All right.
She wants her doll back.
When she spells it.
Well, she doesn't know the thing has a name, even.
Of course not. Who expects her to now? All I want is her fingers to learn the letters.
Won't mean anything to her.
D. O. L. M. Think it over. L. Imitate now. Understand later. End of the first lesson. Ow! Oh, you little wretch!
Miss Sullivan!
Yes, Captain Keller.
Come out of your window, out of the roof.
Oh, you have a ladder. How thoughtful.
Come down, Miss Sullivan.
You devil. Oh, you think I'm so easily gotten rid of? You've got a thing or two to learn first. It's her bedtime. Yes. I'm sorry.
Why does she get a reward? For stabbing me.
There are so many times she simply cannot be compelled.
After a rough first day, Annie is faced with another challenge.
Wouldn't have got around if we'd had a Southern command instead of a half-breed Yankee trader like Pemberton who all through the war proved he didn't have the matter there.
Annie, you see, she's accustomed to helping herself from our place to whatever she wants.
Yes, and I'm not accustomed to it.
Of course not. Miss Sullivan, you'd have more understanding of your pupil if you had some pity in you.
Pity for this tyrant. The whole world's turned by a wind. Is there anything she wants she doesn't get? I'll tell you what I pity. That the sun won't rise and set for her all of her life, and every day you're telling her it will. What do your pity do when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller?
Good girl.
There are two things that stick out to me when it comes to this particular scene. The first one is I have a social media friend who told me that she could not watch this movie because she felt that this part was very abusive, or she just thought the teacher was abusive in general. That's her opinion, but it's one that I do not agree with. Annie was not trying to abuse Helen, she was trying to teach her. Helen is a difficult child, and she needed a stern hand. Everyone in the family is always saying, well, you need to have pity on her, you need to have pity on her. No, your pity means you let her get away with whatever she wants, hence why she's spoiled. Annie is not taking it. And for me, I think Annie does a great job with what she has to do. You also got to look at the time of when this took place. And people were allowed to do this. And again, Annie's not being abusive. She's trying to get through to Helen while also teaching her. She's stubborn, and so is Helen. And they both go at each other in the same attitude. And it's force against force. The second thing I wanted to bring up is that this scene does not drag, in my opinion. It easily could have, but the intense acting from both Anna and Annie, the incredible cinematography, the way that, Annie is fighting with Helen and Helen keeps running away from her, and just this whole scene is intense and it doesn't get boring, and it ends on the perfect note. They both do an incredible job, but the scene is tiring. Like, watching it after a while, you're like, oh my gosh, like, when is there going to be a compromise, or when is Helen going to do what Annie wants her to do? But like I said, the scene does not get boring, and it's certainly not dull. Helen distances herself from Annie, so Annie gets an idea on how to possibly reach Helen.
You must persuade me to the slightest hope of your teaching a child who flees from you now like the plague to anyone else she can find in this house.
There isn't.
What, Miss Anne?
It's hopeless here.
What else are we to do if you give up?
Give up?
You said it was hopeless.
Here. Give up. Why only today, so it has to be done to begin. I want complete charge of her.
You already have that.
No, I mean
Result-
day and night. She has to be dependent on me.
For what?
Everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, fresh air. Yes, the air she breathes.
Can't have everything.
How would your little house do? Furnish it. Bring Helen there after a long ride so she wouldn't recognize it. And you can see her every day if she doesn't know.
The Kellers take Helen to the little place on the Keller premises. Helen takes it hard, but eventually comes around.
No. No pity, I won't have it. On either of us. She won't play it with me, I'll play it with you. Would you like to learn a new word?
No.
M-I-L-K. Oh, why should I talk to you? I'm teaching a new word to Percy. You're jealous, are you? All right. Good. I'm finally back to where I can touch you. Touch and go. Well, no love lost. Here we go.
2 weeks go by, and Annie still hasn't broken through to Helen.
I need help, too. Who? In all the world, there isn't a soul who can tell me how to reach you. How do I reach you? Reach. Reach. I wanted to teach you. Oh. Everything the earth is full of, Helen. Everything on it, it's ours for a wink and it's gone. I know one word and I can put the world in your hand. And whatever it is to me, I won't take less. M-O-T-H-E-R, mother. Let her come.
As I stated, this is one of my favorite movies. It's not my number one, but it is very close. And in my opinion, it is a nearly perfect movie. But I do have a couple nitpicky problems with it, and this is one of them. I get it from Mrs. Keller's perspective. She misses her child and she wants her back. However, as the teacher, I understand where she's coming from. She's not trying to keep Helen away from the Kellers for the sake of keeping her away. She's trying to break through to her. And when Helen is around the family, it becomes a problem because either they protect her or they spoil her or both. Annie can't have that distraction, so it's better to have one-on-one with Helen. And all she asked was, I think it was like one more week, and they couldn't even give her that. And the fact that she tries so hard to get Helen's attention and to show her what the world has, and her mother is just like, oh, just let her come to me already. I'm just like, I don't know. That scene bothers me, probably just because of how the mother acts. And like I said, I do get the idea. She is the mother. She misses her child. It's just, I don't know. Part of me just doesn't like that moment. Helen returns home and a celebration dinner turns hectic.
No, it's a very special day. It will be when I give in to that. Please, I've hardly had a chance to welcome her home.
She's testing you, you realize.
She's testing you.
Jimmy, be quiet. And now that she's home, naturally...
She wants to see what will happen at your hands. I said it was my main worry.
Well, she's not kicking now.
And not learning not to.
Testing you.
Jimmy.
I have an opinion.
No one's interested in hearing your
I'm
opinion.
interested. Of course she's testing me. Let me keep her to what she's learned and she'll go on learning from me. Take her out of my hands and it all comes apart.
Another hand can smooth things out. There. Now, shall we start all over?
I think we've started all over.
Don't get up. Don't smooth anything else out for me. Don't interfere in any way. I treat her like a seeing child because I ask her to see. I expect her to see. Don't undo what I do.
Annie takes Helen to refill the water pitcher, and this is where we get the breakthrough.
W-A-T-E-R, water. It has a name. W-A-T. Yes. Yes. Round. Yes. Step. Mrs. Keller. Mrs. Keller.
If you want to talk about a movie scene that is absolutely perfect, this is one of them. Everything about this scene is perfect. The acting, the score, the cinematography, the lighting, everything is beautiful. It never fails to make me cry every time. While reading Anna's autobiography, Call Me Anna, I remember a certain moment during the making of the scene, and it's always stuck with me, and I want to share that with you really quickly. One of the strongest moments in the film is also the result of an accident. It happens right after the miracle when Annie spells teacher into Helen's hand and Helen understands. It was a tough day for shooting. The sun was going in and out of very fluffy clouds, forcing a lot of retakes. It was getting cold and dark. There was time pressure because we could soon lose the light, and this scene was unbelievably emotional for me. Not only was it one of my strongest scenes, but I knew that pretty soon Arthur was going to say, "Cut, print," and that would be the last time I'd ever play it. My eyes were out of focus. I couldn't really see anything, but just as Annie finished spelling teacher, I suddenly felt an amazing light and warmth on my face. Call it serendipity, God, you name it. But the blessing of having the sun move out from behind a cloud at just that moment really got me by the throat. And one tear, which was also definitely not planned, fell to my cheek. The cloud moved, the light hit the tear glistened. It was such a dog and pony show. Who could believe it all happened by chance? You just love it when things happen in movies that are completely accidental. And in my opinion, this was such a beautiful, wonderful mistake when it comes to filmmaking. And it's not a mistake, it's a real emotion that Anna had. And again, looking at that, you can, if you don't know behind that story, you could maybe think, oh my gosh, she understands, and now she's emotional, she's crying because the world has opened up to her. So it works either way, and Anna is just such an amazing actress. At only age 16, she nailed the role out of the park. It's just, oh, it's so good. Top A acting, 10 out of 10. Okay, I do have one other little nitpick scene I do want to bring up real quick. So when Helen goes to her parents and she takes the keys from her mother and she spells teacher, the mother kind of cries, which, okay, fine, she's emotional. And then as Helen is trying to give the keys to Annie, the mother kind of holds on to her, and Helen has to kind of jerk her away so that she can go to the teacher. And then the mother kind of collapses in the father's arms. Okay, so this always confused me because it almost looks like she's jealous. Like, am I missing something from that scene? Because, again, when Helen goes and gives the keys to Annie, and she touches her face and she notices that Annie's crying, her father immediately just picks her up and then takes her into the house. And I'm just like, what was the point of that? Like, are they both jealous? Or, I mean, not so much the dad. I think it was maybe a reaction of the moment that he was just so happy and, he had to take her. But I don't get the mother. I didn't get that from the mother. Am I missing something? Let me know in the comments below if I'm missing something here. Our story ends as Helen goes to say goodnight to Miss Annie Sullivan. Anna Marie said that she did not like the ending to the film.
Change the end, which I didn't like. In the play, the end was at the pump. Teacher said, "I love Helen." And that was it. I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. In the movie, the pump scene happens, and then they go to a scene later at night where I come out and kiss teacher, and she says, "I love Helen." I think they didn't need to do that, but that's my personal opinion, and it's the first time I've ever expressed it.
Anna would get her happy ending, I believe, though, in the 1979 adaptation, TV adaptation, co-starring Melissa Gilbert, and she does get to do that ending that she did on Broadway on that particular film. And that was The Miracle Worker. Guys, I adore this movie. I love everything about it. The cast, the acting, the story, the score. It's just, everything about it is just so beautiful. And it's ranked as number 2 on my favorites list. Because those who might have been wondering, it is number 2 after The Wizard of Oz. This was the movie that made me a fan of Anna Marie Duke. This was the movie that, one of the few that I bought the scores to. It was just, I can't praise this movie enough. It's so good. I do want to talk real quick about the casting of Anna, because I have seen many comments that specify like she would have been too old or, whatever for the role. And I have some thoughts on that I want to share. Number 1. This is similar to Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz. She was 16 when she did that role. In the book, Dorothy is a child. But everyone universally agrees that Judy Garland nailed that role. 2. Anna did the role on Broadway, and she looked young enough for the part. She also looked perfect for the role. Like, she was adorable, but she had that look about her. She's cute. And she just did a great job. And, sure, Broadway and the movie, sure, they're a few years apart, but she still had that look that you could buy for the role of Helen. And even the real Helen Keller seemed to approve of her casting choice. Number 3. Even if you got a younger star, there's no way anyone else could have done that role better than Anna Marie Duke. She had the perfect look. She had the perfect acting. She trained years for it. And it's just, no one could have topped her. And in my opinion, it doesn't matter how old she was. She was still right for the role. Now, if you're going to compare her to Melissa Gilbert, I don't think that was a good acting choice. Supposedly, Anna had some help with that one. I believe she lobbied Melissa to get the role. I love Anna, but I don't agree with that choice. And I do think it was because that Melissa was popular on Little House on the Prairie at the time that they decided, hey, let's get her for the role of Helen Keller. But she just doesn't do the role well. She's not Helen Keller. But I can watch this movie and literally think Anna is Helen. The film was released in 1962, and that was a big year for movies. And in my opinion, it's actually one of my favorite years for movies alongside 1939. You had movies alongside this one as To Kill a Mockingbird, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, The Days of Ryan and Roses, and that's just to name a few. And I really love that this movie walked away with Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress, because both of those girls deserved it. In fact, at the time, Anna was the youngest person to ever receive the Best Supporting Actress role.
Patty Duke in The Miracle Worker. The winner is Patty Duke in The Miracle Worker.
One last point I want to point out of the film before I end this review. I have seen, I believe, every film adaptation of The Miracle Worker. I've seen the 50s televised version, which you can see my reaction here on YouTube. I have seen this one, the 1979 TV adaptation, and the Disney production. And this is the only version that stands out to me. And I have an idea as to why. And to me, it's the sense of urgency. In the beginning of the movie, when Helen is having a tantrum and the mother holds her, she looks at the husband and says, "Every day she slips further away. I don't know how to bring her back." There's a sense of urgency that, okay, we may not have enough time before she can really get reeled in and realize what the world is like around her. And when they get Annie, it's like everything is played at an urgent matter. There is a time frame. Annie only has 2 weeks to get Helen to understand everything. And like I said in the beginning, time is slipping away from her. So there is a lot of energetic urgency in this movie. No movie has ever captured that same passion and urgency in any adaptation. I do like the 1979 version. It's not my favorite, but I have watched it several times. But that movie, in my opinion, is kind of bland because there isn't much of the powerhouse acting in that film. And the Disney one, the only thing I could say about the Disney one is that they really did do a good job with the casting of Annie and Helen, making them a little bit closer to age of the real Annie and Helen. But again, there isn't that much urgency in that film. And the passion is also not really there, in my opinion. And this is why I really love this movie. It's just, there's so much energy that resonates off the screen, and no other film has been able to touch it. Even the casting, like I said, the one in Disney is a little closer, but it still doesn't match the chemistry between the two in the 1962 adaptation. And I think this is why this version is the best Miracle Worker film ever. And that concludes my review of The Miracle Worker. Let me know your comments down below. What do you think of this movie? And let me know if you have any requests. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Have a great and wonderful day.